Parliamentary government. India is the 7th largest country in the world with a great diversity in religion, caste, culture and language. A single ruling body cannot control the whole country and cannot understand and handle local problems of every part of the country with ease. Therefore, India has been divided into 29 states and 7 union territories to provide better governance. Every state of India has a state government at the state level and there is a central government at the center that looks after the whole country. The central government also controls the union territories. This arrangement is called the federal system. The union and state governments are both created by the Constitution. Their structure, functions and powers are all defined by the Constitution. This has been done to ensure that the union government cannot take away the powers of the state governments without their consent. Indian constitutions divide the power of the union and the state government on the basis of 3 lists. The union lists consist of subjects on which only union government can make laws such as finance and foreign relations. The state list contains subjects on which laws can be made only by the state government such as housing and transport. The concurrent list consists of subjects on which both the central and the state government can make laws, but in case of a clash, the central law will prevail. The division of taxes between the central and the state is also outlined in these lists. Both the governments operate within the limits prescribed by the Constitution. The state government, as you have read in the last class, makes its policies considering the need of their state. Parliamentary form of government in India. As India is a republic, the President of India is the executive head of the country. All the executive powers are exercised in his name. It has been held, however, that unlike the US President, our President is only a nominal or constitutional head of the executive, who acts only with the aid and advice of the real political executive, which is the Council of Ministers. The ministers are collectively responsible to the popular House of Parliament known as the Lok Sabha. Following the British pattern, the Constitution of India has adopted the parliamentary form of government both at the union and the state levels, with ministerial responsibility resting with the popular house. If the government loses the support of the legislature, it has to resign. In the US presidential system, the president chooses his or her team of ministers from among the citizens at large, and the ministers are not members of the legislature. It has nearly irremovable president as the chief executive for a fixed term. In the parliamentary system, the ministers are taken from the parliament and remain part of it and responsible for its houses of people. The founding fathers of our constitution choose the parliamentary form of government as they had gained some experience of operating it under the British rule, and there were advantages in continuing the established institution. Power of the Parliament. The powers of the Parliament can be grouped under different heads like legislative, executive, financial, judicial, and power to amend the Constitution. Legislative power. The Parliament is the highest lawmaking body. It can make laws on the subjects mentioned in the union lists, concurrent list, and on the residuary subjects. A law is introduced in the form of a bill which on approval becomes a law. There can be money bills or ordinary bills or constitution amendments bill. The legislative proposals for the bills other than the money bills can be initiated in either of the 2 houses. Approval of both the houses is necessary for the passing of the bill. In case of differences between the 2 houses on any legislative matters, varying money bills, a majority vote is taken in the joint meeting of both the houses. Powers to control the executive. Council of Ministers is collectively responsible to the Parliament apart from individual responsibility of each minister. The Parliament controls the executive by questioning the ministers about their policies and actions. The ministers are questioned by the members during question hour in both houses regarding the policies and programs of the government. Members seek information and point out the defects in the functioning of the government. If the minister fails to give satisfactory answers to the questions, the lower house may pass a vote of no confidence against them. In that case, the minister has to resign. Financial powers. The annual budget of the central government is passed by the Parliament. The budget shows in detail the expected income of the government and the manner in which the money would be spent. In addition to the budget, a finance bill is also introduced. It contains the proposal for new taxes as well as proposed changes in the existing taxes to meet the government expenditure. These proposals have to be approved by the legislature, failing which the government has to resign. Power to amend the Constitution. The Parliament has the power to amend the Constitution. Some articles in the Constitution can be amended by simple majority in both the houses. For amending a major portion of the Constitution, two-thirds majority in both the houses is needed. In the matter of amendment, the Constitution vests equal powers in the two houses of Parliament. International treaties and trade agreements also require the consent of the Parliament. Judicial power. The Parliament has the power to remove the President and the Vice President of India through the process of impeachment. It can also recommend to the President the removal of a judge of Supreme Court or High Court. Similar recommendations can be made about the Chief Election Commissioner and Auditor and Comptroller General.